there, welcome. As you know, there is no coincidence if you're here, only the gift of the universe. And my gift to you today is a message of the universe. So, I missed the weekend of Christmas and the weekend of New Year's Eve. Sorry about that. I aim to do a message of the universe every week, but the holidays was such that I could not find time to do this. So apologies, and hope you all had beautiful holidays, and I wish you a very happy new year. Um, the first few videos that I did um, seemed to have been aimed to people with very low, I don't want to say energy, but dealing with sadness. The last video really aimed with people with something close to depression. And excuse me, I as I was looking through stuff, I found a reading I would like to try. It was a spread. I apologize because I don't remember the name of the person who posted that, but it was a reading, a spread made for people with depression. So it is a tough subject. I don't know why I pick it. I mean, I know why I pick it, obviously, because of the last three messages I did. So I want to try it and see where it leads. So I'm gonna do like I've done before, because see, I kept Mother Mary out with me the past couple of weeks. It was so nice to have her out. I want to try and do that depression reading, like I said. So before that, I am gonna see what angel is gonna be with us. I am gonna see the energy, and then I'll do that 6 card spread. So. S'il vous plaît, les anges, Oopsie, that's starting well. Well, I guess we're going to be the one that fell out. We have the Archangel. You know what? Never mind, let's do that again. This didn't start out very well, s'il vous plaît. Quel ange est avec nous? Okay, we have Archangel Christiel, which I feel was like the same in the first video. Archangel Christiel speaks of higher consciousness, light, and Christic light. I like how she's got tattoos. I will try and see quickly a little bit more about her. Oh, this angel anyways. She's the angel of the divine feminine Christ consciousness. She is a very high vibrational angel who can assist you in activating the Christ light within, connecting you to the energies of love, compassion, peace, forgiveness, courage, strength, and higher wisdom. The Christ light is usually associated with Jesus, but many masters of light, such as the Buddha, also worked with his energy. Archangel Christiel can help you connect to the energy of higher consciousness and love directly through the higher chakras, the soul star, causal, and stellar gateway chakras. The Oracle, you are light and love incarnate. Live your life from the highest path and perspective. Well, nice. I feel like it's the same card we got for the first video I made. Okay, energy quickly. S'il vous plaît, les anges. Okay, quelle énergie est avec nous aujourd'hui? I would like to. Can I get a normal? Well, they just want to talk. They have talked for a few days, so they have not talked for a few days, so they're jumping everywhere. energy card. First chakra, Archangel Michael. First chakra, it's interesting. This one was the soul chakra and this one is the first chakra. So, it's like from top to bottom, right? Let's see quickly what Michael has to tell us. For the energies. Stability and security. Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. This is a place where your sense of stability and security is stored. When this card is upright, I always like to get them upright. It reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues. Even if you've had problems with feeling secure in the past, these challenges are beginning to be resolved at this time. Archangel Michael is with you, bringing you strength and personal stability. You are capable of taking action and moving forward on your path. So allow yourself to feel increasing faith in your own power and security, now and always. The affirmation with this card is that we want to tell ourselves, my first chakra is open to its perfect, healthy state. I am strong, stable, safe, and secure. The Archangel Michael guides and supports me always. Okay, so I like how, again, that goes to the higher self, you know. It did say, no, it didn't, the Christ light. I feel like it said something, didn't it say something about, and we have number 15 and number 35, if those say anything to anyone. It said something about a chakra, didn't it? Soul star, causal, and stellar gateway chakras. Higher consciousness and love directly through the higher chakras. Okay, so I would like to use a Spirit Within Tarot because I like its simplicity. I think it's going to be, I've always been attracted to it, but it's my first reading with it. So let's see how that goes for that depression spread. Okay, the Three of Wands don't want to come out. Let's see where we're going to go with this. So 6 cards. What did want to come out? The High Priestess. Interesting. You know, considering she's all into studying and developing herself. And okay, we got a lot of cards that want to come out. The Tower. This means that someone is going to have a big change coming. Whoever is paying attention to this, if you don't want to be jumping ahead. Okay, the cards are being a little crazy, so I think I'm just going to cut and pull them out. We got the Two of Wands. Waiting. Lots of wands. I'm not going to look at the cut. I want to get to the root right away. I'm going to try and figure out, because it's not a regular reading. I want to get, so we're going to get 6 cards to get messages on whatever the depression might be. You know, since it's also a general reading, so if you're falling on this, it's because you need to hear a message. Maybe if it's just a few words throughout this is timeless. This is not, you know, you'll hear what you need to hear. You know, don't think that it needs to be listened to now. If you hear this in a month or 3 months or a year or 3 years from now. Okay, so this is addressed to people whose the Knight of Wands, is that being seen here? The Knight of Wands is a description of the depression. I see someone who feel like is in some sort of battle. Um, the Knight of, the Suite of Wands is a fiery suite. It's, there is passion and strength and possibly anger. And this person seems to be fighting against something. He's alone. I'm saying he because the shadow looks like male figure, so masculine energy, divine masculine. Um, this could just mean that this is, just a very strong energy. Somebody who'd be taking care of the family, uh, but it just feels like a person that really feels like he's alone, and he's getting ready to fight against something, but he doesn't know what. It's like it's fighting against the air. Usually the Knight of Wands is this person on a horse running towards somewhere and really fast, but this one is on his feet. So it's like his ways of going somewhere has been removed. It's like he looks like he doesn't know where to go. So that kind of makes me feel like, just like, not that I'm very familiar with depression myself. Thank you, guides, angels, God, universe. But it, if I was to be, or if the people that I may know that have been depressed or that are going through depression have that loneliness feeling, and that's what I get out of this card, that willing to fight against something, and that sense of being lost here. So, well, looks like this is going to talk to really anyone who is depressed, because there is no visible route to what the depression can be here, aside from sense of being alone and lost, and fighting but not being sure what we're fighting against. But what I do see, and that I believe is in a lot of this deck, a lot of this card of this deck anyway, that there is a light behind. So if we were to turn around, maybe, maybe we would see the light. But light is not far. Help is probably not far. Okay, so what can we learn about this depression? Something to learn about it. What is this? What can we learn from it? Let's see. Eight of Swords. Well, what can we learn from it is that we can get out of it. Okay, it's an Eight of Swords. It's not very clear here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see, but this person has what is it called? Like a piece of fabric around her eyes. Okay, so if she was to just remove this piece of fabric from around her head, this eye cover, she'd be able to see. And those swords can just be removed. They're not set in stone. This looks like some kind of beach, and they are in the sand, and she can get out of that. Okay, so my understanding looking at this card is that because it is the Eight of Swords, she can step out of this area. She's not stuck in there. Okay, this is the meaning of the Eight of Swords, is that we are always the ones putting ourselves in this state of mind, but we can take ourselves of that state of mind. If one only remove, if you can just tell me what the name of that piece of fabric to cover your eyes is in the comments, please do, because I can't think of the word right now. So if you can just remove that and step outside of the circle of sword. It's not if you can, it's that you can. Okay, so this is up to you to get out of that circle, up to you to remove that thing from in front of your eyes. Let's see, the spread says that the next card would be the action we can take to help. What's the action that our little traveling soul here can take to help the situation? The Three of Swords. Action to take is the Three of Swords. That's the action to take. Okay, the Three of Swords is usually something showing that there is suffering, okay? That there is that there is a broken heart. Like, you know, when you break up with someone, when something ends, when somebody dies, there is that suffering. The action to take. So there is a band-aid here. That's funny. There is a band-aid and with the blood coming out still. Action to take. How can the action I can take would be the Three of Swords. I just read something recently about the Three of Swords, but I can't remember it right now. Let's see what the description here is on that card. See if there is a word that's going to jump to me. Obviously, there is a lot of swords, so being that we're talking about a depression state of mind, I'm not surprised that there is sword coming out, because depression is obviously a mental issue, and the sword is a suit of the mental, of the overthinking, of over analyzing. Three of Swords is when we are hurting and being emotional, and says among three swords, a man bows his head slightly. Two band-aids have been placed over his heart, and blood can be seen trickling from the wound beneath them. The Three of Swords is a card of heartbreak and occasionally separation. You may well be feeling hurt by the harsh words of others, since this card can represent petty quarrels and arguments. The key words are heartbreak, arguments, hurt feelings. Can such my place or bruised feelings? Separation. So this is going to sound strange, but if that's going to make sense to anyone, I would think that the action to take is to separate yourself from what is creating the state of distress, the hurt in your mind, the hurt in your heart. So it's gonna go against what we would expect, but since this is the action to take, it's kind of word to put that. It's difficult to put that in word. If your action to take is is the Three of Swords, separate yourself from what you think would make you feel better. If you keep on hitting yourself against the same thing, and that keeps on creating a depressed state of mind, obviously you need to change the way of dealing with the situation that keeps on making you feel that way. I hope that makes sense. um, it'll be like, stop trying to fix, like, let's say you drop a vase and it broke, and you keep trying to put some glue on it, and you keep trying to put flowers in the vase, and the water keeps still, trickling out of the vase, because, well, you put some glue, yes, but the vase is broken at the end of the day. So separate yourself from the vase, let it go. Buy a new vase. That's the imagery I'm trying to give. Don't try to fix that something that's already broken. And that's what I'm getting from the Three of Sword, is really, um, yes, don't try to fix it. It's broken. And I hope that will make sense to whoever needs to hear this. Um, then the next card is supposed to be the card telling you can you show your how can I show myself more compassion? How can I show myself more compassion? So let's see, which card are we going to take for how can I show myself more compassion? Five of Pentacles. That person is not showing themselves more compassion, but the way I'm looking at the picture here, it's interesting because the other cards are showing daylight situation, and this one showing a night situation. So I want to say that it looks like this could be affecting you guys more at nighttime than during the daytime. And this person's, is like sitting on his knees, thinking, brooding by himself, away from all the people, and in the moonlight. Show yourself more compassion by taking some time away for yourself. Again, that kind of goes back with this, because it's like, separate yourself from the same circle. And here, Five of Pentacles, usually is, if I remember well, the Five of Pentacles is usually these people walking in the snow and not having enough money, whereas this card doesn't look like anything with money. It just looks like someone, again, who's depressed, sitting there on his knees, some kind of self-reflection. So maybe it's time to really seek what is making you so depressed. Go to the root of that and think of yourself. It's like this person is really thinking about himself, and we don't want to be overthinking, like this seems to be happening here. But it really shows not running away. Okay, we have to think. We sit down. We take time away for oneself. Think about you. That's what I get out of this card, which usually, I mean, if I was to get any Five of Pentacles, usually, let me try and see here. No, that would be too much to look for this big deck. Well, let me see here. I don't know this one very well yet either, but a Five of Pentacles. I'm going to see if it's going to show the same thing on this one, on the Tower of the Rainbow. Let's see if we can get, so this is a 2. We are in Cups. I want to try and find in Cups what the Five of Pentacles usually is, and it's really poverty, and that's not what I see. I really don't see a money situation. That's what's interesting with this deck. Here it is. See the Five of Pentacles. That usually there is more people, but that's more it usually, where you have the poor person freezing. There is money behind, but she doesn't have enough, to go warm herself, whatever. And that's not what I get out of this one. Okay, this is think about yourself first is what I see with this one. To show yourself more compassion. Now, how can you find joy in your life? Oh, how funny how the Magician stayed here. How can you find joy in your life? How can you find joy in your life? With the King of Swords. We're back with the sword here. The King of Swords has a clear state of mind. So how can you find joy in your life? Well, by finally having a clear state of mind that knows, make a plan and go with it. Make a plan of action. Like after all this, it seems like after all this thinking and focusing on yourself, you will find joy when you have control of your thoughts and control of your ideas, and that makes sense, and control of yourself. I hope you get to this with your mind. Let's see what the book has to say about the King of Swords here. See if there is any keyword that will help us. The strong figure looks to the future. Okay, he looks towards the sun. The sun radiates from behind his head. Radiates from behind his head. Okay, it felt to me like he was looking towards it. So, the King of Swords is intelligent and sharp. As a wizard of words, he is eloquent and articulate. This man may be involved with the law, since he has a strong idea of what is right and wrong, but he is happy in any field where sound decisions are made. So obviously, yeah, if you get to making a decision, it's like you need to take the time for you to think and make a decision and go with it. He may find the gray areas of emotion slightly harder to comprehend. Rational, eloquent, fair knowledge. And then a reason to stay strong. Let's try to find a reason to stay strong. The Tower. Well, the reason to stay strong is to expect big change, but the big change is that the Tower reflects the end of the life as you know it. So if you've been having a very difficult life right now, expect everything to be different, but like to the point of It's like you lose your whole home for something better because you cannot fall any lower. Kind of, once this is all destroyed. Um, Usually, this is for the better. The thing about the Tower 2 is that this is a major arcana. I notice this is the one and only major arcana that came out in this reading. Is that to me it's a positive aspect in the sense that this is the end of all this depressive state of mind. Um, Obviously, that would be a reason to stay strong, knowing that this is just a phase, that it will change, that we can't stay like that, that you will find the solution to um, whatever has you feeling this way. um, I knew was going to be a difficult reading. Wow. I mean, reading like strong in because we're touching depression. um, but the fact that the tower shows basically destruction of all of this before, I find that this is a good reason to stay strong, because even the state of depression seems to find its way to be destroyed, to get to something brighter and better. And let's see what the last card was. The Three of Pentacles. The card at the bottom of the deck shows a see people working in collaboration together, creating something. This guy is painting. She's overlooking, but this is a contract. So um, there is production in people. Like, see, all these cards, we had one person, was then, the tower depict two people, but you have all these person like being alone, and then the end of the situation, and then finally collaboration. So hey, this ends up better than Five of Wands. Show some kind of a fight though with other people. It's not going to be that easy, but I like that. You may have some people who don't understand and will fight with you with whatever this collaboration and production will be about, but wow, it looks like there is a lot of work for you to do in your head. I hope this has helped you in any way, because this is the goal of these videos. Just find answers and make you feel better. I hope I'm gonna get out of the depression subject in future reading, because it's taxing to me as well. I want to try to get something lighter, so I'm gonna pick a card from the Angel Guide Oracle. They are very pretty. I just got this one as a gift for Christmas, so I haven't really used it. It comes with awesome spread I want to try. S'il vous plaît, let's pick an advice. Can we please, les anges, can we get an advice for our travelers of today, our little bees? S'il vous plaît, just one. Can we get one? Oops, can we get just one? I don't want three. I have to go pick it. Can we get an advice, s'il vous plaît? Do the work. So it looks like, I want to say, for whoever has been listening, that Maybe the the mental situation has come from avoiding to do the syncing and the separation. Excuse me. Um, so this is confirming what I've said here. Between all these cards, like you have to do the work, you have to do the thinking, you have to focus on yourself to get to that King of Sword mental state. Do the work. Is it in alphabetical order? Yes. If you are wondering whether to move forward or not, this card is a message from your angels to continue on. You might feel that your current situation requires more time and energy than you are able to give, and there is a good chance that you are feeling disheartened or even drained. Imagine that. It's important to know that everything involved in this situation is pivotal to your growth, expansion, and spiritual connection. The, a lot of the mental problems that we have is also um, from refusing to accept certain things, and that will create physical discomfort, physical situation, physical issues, medical issues. So it is important to know, I repeat, that everything involved in the situation is pivotal to your growth. Everything happens for a reason. You need to find out what the reason is. Not that easy, I know. Um, so, expansion and spiritual connection. This card invites you to switch on the light you have within. We all have a light within, okay? Um, it is time to be a star, to rise up, to get behind the wheel and drive the journey of your life. I'm chuckling because this is exactly what the uh, messages of the universe were in the past videos. Yes, energy is going to be needed to hustle and push, but every single effort you make will pay off. Right now, you are sending out a signal, and that will create a wave that can lay the foundation for the rest of your life. Extended message. Being spiritual isn't always easy. It comes with a price, and often that price is time and effort. That is why angels call it quote unquote light work. And that we had over here with the word light and Christ light. Because we have to work our light. This isn't spiritual quote unquote easy. This isn't spiritual quote unquote vacation. This is spiritual work. And that does mean we have to work. Action, effort, surrender, and trust are needed for things to come together. But when this card appears, I want to put it out because it's very pretty. Look at all this light, like from the heart chakra coming, and then that goes back to that soul situation from the first card. This is interesting how it kind of like closes together. Can we see it? Yeah. Action, effort, surrender, and trust are needed for things to come together. But when this card appears, you have an important opportunity to figure out the balance between effort and effortlessness, and understand when both of these energies need to move through your being. If you want to abandon a project or walk away from a situation, this card is letting you know that you are needed more than ever. This isn't the time to run away. This is a time to turn up. When you show up, ready and willing to do the work, you will move up too. So, maybe when I was telling you here to separate yourself from a situation, what was hurting you is that you are trying to separate yourself from a situation and you shouldn't, is what I'm getting from this card as well. So that may talk to somebody. um, that may mean something to somebody. Okay, well, that was a rough one. I hope, again, hope this helps some of you. And because I like my little gratitude card, I want to pick one here and see what gratitude message we have for today. And then that will be it. Oopsie daisy. This one. Well, this one turned out. Give compliments. It reminds people of the sacredness. It's nicer to give compliments than complain about someone too. And this one fell out as well. I feel like this one already fell out. I recognize a drawing from a previous reading. Future thankfulness. Say a prayer of thanks for things you'd like to have. That one is interesting because it's like manifesting for you to have something. Instead of saying, I wish I had that, or I miss that, or I would like that, I want that. We always should think, I have that. I'm grateful for that. So if you say thank you for the things you want to have, the universe will feel like you already have it. This is the idea. So, but already, I mean, if you say thank you every day for what you already have, you live like that to begin with. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thank you. I hope this helped anyone. I hope there were messages for some of you. It was a rough one. I don't know that I will want to do a reading on depression again. This was an interesting spread that I wanted to try. And I guess there is no need to make any other because this is timeless. So it has to speak to whoever will need to hear this. And this seemed pretty general anyways. So God bless and thank you. Have a good one. Bye.